Yeah, so this is probably one of the most pivotal things in my life. And I know it sounds silly, but as I'm trying to figure out what the secret to success is, a lot of it seems to be stemming from daily habits. And this is a daily habit that I had when I was a kid. And my dad, I kept getting more serious and more serious. And I was really young, like I was like 7, 8 years old. And I'm like, Dad, I want to make the NHL. And so he was really cool the way that he said it. He never pressured me to do anything, but he'd say things to me like, what do you think you'd have to do or improve to make the NHL? And I said, well, I got to get in better shape, and I got to get stronger, and I got to work on my skating and my shooting and my stick handling. He's like, okay. He's like, what can you do at home? And I was like, well, play road hockey and stick handle. I could shoot pucks. He's like, okay. He's like, how many pucks do you think you'd have to shoot a day to like become a pro? Or what do you think you could do a day? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe 100 pucks. He's like, okay, that should be your thing. And I was like, okay, so from this day forward, I'm going to shoot 100 pucks every single day of my life. So we got a piece of plastic from the arena. It was like a Teflon plastic, and you kind of slide pucks back and forth. And I only had a few pucks at the beginning, but when the older players would practice, sometimes they'd shoot them off the crossbar and they'd go over the glass. And I'd run around it because I used to watch the bigger kids practice, and I'd just steal all the pucks and I'd just put them in my pockets. So I'd walk out each day with like 5 or 10 pucks, and eventually I had this stack of pucks at home in this huge milk crate, and I probably have 50, 60 pucks. So I really only need to do 2 or 3 rotations to get 100 shots in every day. So that's what I set out to do. And I remember I was not going to do it one day because it was snowing so bad, and it was a blizzard, and I could barely find the pucks because there's so much snow on the ground. And my dad just goes, he gently said, well, how bad do you want it? Is this something that you want a little bit, or like how bad do you want it? And he knew how bad I wanted it. So it just hit that nerve on me, and I just didn't even say anything. I put on my boots, and I put on my gloves and my toque, and I went outside, and I just lined up the pucks, and I just started banging away. But as I was doing it, I was thinking, there's no other kid out there in the world that's standing out here doing this. So like I'm getting an edge. Like I'm improving right now when nobody else is, because there's nobody with a sane mind would be doing this, what I'm doing right now. And I didn't just shoot 100 pucks a day. I probably shot 300 pucks that day because I was like in such like a cool state. I was like, wow, I'm really gaining on people right now. And that's kind of how I looked at every time when I was trying to work on a skill. And I knew I was doing more than somebody else, whether it be the ankle weights or the rollerblading or the street hockey. I knew that I was getting more skill set and more technique than anybody else because nobody else was doing that kind of stuff that I was doing. And I really think, I wasn't the most skilled guy in the world, but my work ethic and my thought process were the 2 things that carried me through. And I think that helped set the stage for having a decent career.